Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So in today's card tutorial, we're going to be making this fun, super easy fun fold. Isn't that adorable and so cute? Look at that. And it takes very little cardstock, so which I love. We're also featuring the in colors. I'm using Secret Sea and Darling Duckling. These are our new in colors, and I'll be featuring those on my card. And also the 2025-2027 in color flat pearls. I adore these so much, but I'm hoarding them. I don't want to use too many of them, but I have been degressing and using them. So, but I do love them. I love the fact that they're so sparkly, but they're nice and flat, and they do coordinate so nicely with our new in colors. The other set that I am using is this adorable paper. It's called Celebratory Sips, and it's adorable. We've got some cute little drink type DSP here, and then the reverse side, some beautiful flowers, and then you've got the reverse side, which is some cool little patterns. Got some really cute, these would be kind of like the inside of the glasses, I guess. And then some, these look like stars in cloud cover. And we have some more drinks with, they're bigger. And the backside has some flowers. This is actually strawberry slush and blackberry bliss, I believe. And then again, some flowers, really pretty. And my favorite, which you know how much I love my oranges, Timid Tiger. And then we have some fruits here. And the backside is another favorite, which is becoming a favorite, is Secret Sea, which Secret Sea is an interesting color because sometimes it almost looks black. Other times it has like a really dark navy tone, or it also has some green within it, which is really beautiful, really beautiful. I am using this piece right here. We're going to be cutting that down. Set those aside. So in this pack, if you purchase it, you can purchase just the designer series paper by itself, which is $12.50, or you can purchase it with a sticker sheet, which is what I did, and that's $17. Just be aware there are two different item numbers. So if you want the sticker sheet, there's an item number for that. If you just want the DSP, there's an item number for that. This is also part of a suite, which brings me to our sale, our buy one, get one 50% off sale that is going on through the end of the month when you purchase suites. Now, there's a little bit of a confusion with this. So you can purchase the whole suite, right? Or you can purchase parts and pieces of it. Just be aware that if you're doing the parts and pieces, even if you're doing the suite and then you're purchasing, so if you're purchasing one suite and then you don't want everything in the other suite, but you just want maybe the DSP, right? Well, the DSP is what's going to be reduced by 50%. So just be aware of that. It will be the lowest price item on the suites. If you're still confused, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with your order. So to get started, I am going to cut this down to 4 inches, and because I'm doing this in a landscape mode, I want to make sure that my fruits are going up and down when I do this, right? So I'm going to cut 4 inches on this side, and then we're going to cut that down to I don't remember the measurement, 5 1/4, I think. But if you're interested in the measurements for this card, please be sure to sign up for my newsletter, which goes out every Wednesday morning, sometimes Tuesday night if I get it done quick enough, but mostly Wednesday mornings. So then we're going to cut this down to 5 1/4. I should have brought my cheat sheet in here, so I believe it's 5 1/4. Okay, we're going to go with 5 1/4. Then I want to cut off 1 1/4 inch from each side. Now, why am I doing it from each side and not side by side? Well, because that center piece I'm going to flip over, so I just kind of want it to have some continuity to it. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. So then I'm going to flip this around and cut 1 1/4 again. So, but you can go straight across if you want. That's really not any different. It's not any different, really. I think my original one, what I had done was like a continuous pattern, so I just wanted those to go like all like this, and that's why I did it. But we're going to flip it around and do this. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside just a second. Then I'm going to take my Darling Duckling piece, and we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. So make sure my cutting blade is out of the way. I'll do 1/2 inch. So, and I am done with the trimmer because I've got everything all prepped. I've got my base, my card base. I've got my basic white piece. And what I don't have, and you have the option to do, is you can put another piece if you want to write more of a message. You can put a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece on the back of the cardstock and then write a bigger message on there. So, but I'm not going to do that, but I wanted to give you the option. The other piece that I have is my lemons. Now these came from that sticker sheet, so it's really cute. And the sticker sheet was more for like scrapbookers, and you can certainly use it as a scrapbooker, but I didn't want you to think like you only had to use it for scrapbooking. You could use it for card making too. What I did with this is I took this piece off, and actually this was a big round circle, but I mounted it on basic white, which is what I've done here with the lemons, and then I just fussy cut around. And I don't like fussy cutting, but I did it, and we're going to do the same thing for this. Okay, so that again came from the sticker sheet. All right, so let me get my bone folder to burnish the score line on here. Okay, do that. And then we'll flip it over and do the same thing. Okay, so with this piece, I'm going to take my liquid glue, and I'm just adding adhesive just to this flap, and it's going to be centered as best I can to this card base. Now I'm going to eyeball it and make sure that it gets centered, and I'm going to put it flush to the top of the card. Okay, so actually let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. So that's going to go in 1 1/4 inches, right? That's right about there. So let me take this. So let me add some liquid glue to this piece. Now to make it easier, I certainly can add my side pieces first. That would make it totally easy, but I don't want this piece, the flap, to be showing too much. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So again, let me move my fingers there. Right about here, I think. So, right. I'm going to just flip it over. And again, because I'm using liquid glue, I can move it around a bit if I need to, which I do. So I want to move it over to the right, just a hair. Just like so. And then I'll tap it on my table. Okay. Now that's flush to the edge. And then we'll just... And I did get a little glue on the inside, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, so that's done. Now let's put our side pieces down. And okay, make sure I've got them correct. So I want to do this one here. And what I should have done is measured the distance, because, you know, even though you use your measurements, sometimes they're not perfect. So let's just do that really quick and make sure that we're okay. You know, sometimes you might go like a hair over or under, but I think that looks good. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. And then I'm going to put my white piece down, and I'm just doing the glue on the edge so that we don't have those little bumpies in the center of the card when you're writing your message or stamping a sentiment, but typically I stamp my sentiment first. And on this one I'm not going to though, because it's a thank you card, so I want to write a nice message on the inside without any stamping. This set also comes with, if you purchase the suite or the suite products, it has a bundle, stamp and dies, which I may ultimately get. I'm not sure yet. It's starting to grow on me. At first I wasn't crazy about it, but now it's like, you know what, it's really cute. It's a great summer set, or a set that you could use to invoke summer images, you know, because you got these Greek drinks, right? Okay, so that is that. Let's put our piece on front, and then we'll do my favorite, fussy cutting. Yay! I will probably fast forward through the fussy cutting because you really don't need to watch me doing that, do you? All right, so this piece is going to go on the front. Right here, we're going to center that. Okay. All right. All right, let's set that aside for now. We'll close this up and we'll get our nice handy dandy snips. And I'm just going to cut. Now, because the lemon already has a white edge, I'm going to cut right to the edge of that, which for me will actually make this a little bit easier to do. So I am going to leave a little tiny border on the lemon, the slice of lemon. So we're just going to cut around. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. This is just a scrap piece of basic white cardstock that I used. So it was just right for this, because as I mentioned, it has the white already around it. So rather than me cutting that white off, I'm using that as my guide. And like I said, that makes it so much easier. And we'll just turn the paper, not the scissor. Okay. So there's our cute little lemons, all perfectly cut out. Well, almost perfect. Almost perfect. Okay, let's get some dimensionals. And we'll add that. We're going to add this right to here, I think. I might even take another one of these other lemons here and add them just to the piece, because I think, what do you think? Do we like that? I don't like that. I think I'm just leaving the one. Let's see if we like one of these pieces. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Okay. Just add a few dimensionals. Right to there. Take off these backings. I'll add this right to the front, like so. And okay, so now we'll add our sentiment. Now I've already stamped it and cut this out, and I've got it on tweezers. Reason being is you've seen me edging my sentiments before, right, in the past. So usually what I would do is I would edge, and this just gives it a layer without actually adding a layer of cardstock. So you just take your piece and gently rub it into dip it into the ink like this all around. That was a little smudge there, but then you have a little edge. Don't mind that one on the edge there. That kind of looks like it's, let's put it on here, like you added some cardstock to the back, right? So you want this to dry, and I'm going to show you why you want it to dry. So before you add it to your cardstock, to your project, and that's why I did it beforehand. Let's close this up so that it had plenty of time to dry. So this was for my other card, but you'll see how I smudged it because it wasn't completely dry. So I was very angry with myself. So that's why I say let it dry at least 5 minutes. If you got 10, even better. So what I did is I inked the edges, and then I picked it up with the tweezers and I laid it someplace so that it would dry until I was ready to use it. So there's my tip for today. And we're going to add this to our Darling Duckling cardstock. We'll just add a little bit of glue to this piece. And I'm done with the glue, so I can put that there. And we'll just add this to the Darling Duckling. We'll trim that up, and we'll add our dimensionals to this. Okay, and then the card's done. And I will show you in just a second which stamp set I used. Let's get those dimensionals again. 2 here. Just put this right over here. And let's get our pretty gems. Okay, let's see, what do we want to use? We want to use the Darling Duckling. I think I'm going to go with Secret Sea. I haven't used these yet, so I think those are perfect. So we'll add one here. And then I'm going to add a medium size. These are in 3 sizes with all 5 colors. Right over, let's go here. Down here, and then I'll add the smallest one right here next to that big one. So the stamp set that I use for this is called Simply Said. This has become one of my favorites because it has these great sentiments, and they're in different fonts. So we've got Let's Celebrate, Thinking of You, Happy Birthday, Thanks, Birthday Wishes, Yay, Thank You, Miss You, Hello, and Just a Note. So you've got everything there for you. Perfect set. So there you go, friends. Here is my adorable lemons. Isn't that so cute? I just love the way that looks. And our picture of, I guess it could be lemonade or some strawberry lemonade maybe. Or maybe it's a, what do you call that, sangria. Tell me in the comments if you love sangria. I know I do. So friends, thanks again for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Until next Tuesday, have a great day. Bye-bye.